Good morning. Today we're going to focus on glute training. Now I have to be honest, this is definitely my hardest body part to train, and I know a lot of women share my same frustration. But you do have to remember, genetics plays a definite role in how your body looks and even how it reacts to exercise. For example, while exercise absolutely can firm and tighten your glute muscles, you can't necessarily completely change the shape of your rear. So you do have to have realistic expectations. But having said that, if you do specific exercises that work all the muscles that make up what are commonly and collectively referred to as your glutes, including gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, and your gluteus medius, and you work all these muscles in a balanced fashion, then absolutely you can definitely make a tremendous difference in how your rear view looks, which is pretty encouraging. But one common problem I notice a lot of women run into when they're trying to target their glutes is that they allow their thigh muscles, specifically their quadricep muscles, to take over, and consequently their glutes never really get targeted and they never really get the results they're after. Now, one of the major reasons this happens is that some of the most effective glute training exercises are also among the most effective thigh building exercises. So we're talking about classic exercises like squats and lunges and leg presses. And quite often, a woman who has less developed glutes actually has muscle attachment and leverage issues that favor thigh development over glute development. So these women end up getting bigger and more developed thighs, which they're not really after, and they don't ever see the results that they're going for in their glutes. Now, if this sounds like you, there's a few pointers you want to keep in mind that's going to ensure you target your glutes when you're doing your exercises. And the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're conscientiously squeezing your glutes as hard as you can while you're doing any lower body exercise. Now, back in the day, I used to be a cheerleader, and our coach would always say, pinch a penny, pinch a penny. And that sounds ridiculous, but it is seriously the best description for what you want to visualize doing. For example, let's say you're doing a single leg lunge press. Now, you're going to lower down slowly, but when you stand up, you're going to squeeze, squeeze, and pinch a penny. Again, you lower down, and then you stand up and squeeze, squeeze, and pinch a penny. You'll be amazed at how that one little penny pinching trick can make a huge difference. And another trick is you want to sit back on your heels when you're doing squats. I'm sitting way back, and when I'm doing this, I'm actually putting more tension on the back of my legs, my hamstrings, and my glutes, as opposed to if I lean forward. If I'm pitching forward, I'm putting more strain and more stress on my quads and even stress on my knees, which I definitely don't want to do. And then finally, one of the most effective techniques for forcing any reluctant glute muscles to respond is a technique called pre-exhaust training. And the idea is that you do a single exercise that works only your glute muscles, and then immediately following, you do a compound exercise that targets your glutes and several other lower body muscles all at once. And one of the best exercises for targeting your glutes is a full body raise. So you're going to go down on the ground, you're going to press your hands right into the floor, lift your body all the way up, your glutes, your back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the top, and then lower back down, and then quickly you come right back up and you hold this position, squeezing at the top, all the way down. You want to do about 15 reps, just like this. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the top, and then down, and then immediately following, you want to roll up, and we're going to do a series of compound exercises. Starting with a squat, you sit back into your heels, 2 little pulses, and now you stand up and you squeeze your glutes nice and tight. You're going to really feel them burning. Come back down, 2 little pulses, sit into your heels, squeeze up nice and tight, and then you want to repeat this exercise for about 15 reps. I guarantee your glutes are going to be burning. And these training techniques, if you incorporate them consistently, can make a huge impact in helping you effectively tighten and tone your glutes. For more ideas, you can visit my website at goldcoastcure.com or check out the exercises in my Gold Coast Cure or Fitter, Firmer, Faster books.